Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking out this episode of Really Dicey. This is Manny.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're going to talk about 6 projects that are being crowdfunded that role players are going to love.
6 projects, that's right, Manny, on Kickstarter, middle of August, that you should check out. So,
Excellent.
Manny, what have you got for us?
So my first one is Rayguns and Robuts by Levi Combs. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My apologies. Atomic science fiction doesn't get the love it deserves, but if you're interested in running a rules-light RPG with a retro sci-fi setting, then Rayguns and Robuts by Levi Combs is the game you've been looking for. This is a 48-page zine, and for $20, you can get the PDF and print copy. They emphasize that there are a lot of wacky and dangerous NPCs in the zine. This looks like a great resource guide if you want to quickly play some old school space setting adventures.
Like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers sort of stuff?
Yeah, with a touch of like 1950s, like them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Movies. Okay. Cool. No, that sounds like a lot of fun. The first thing on my radar is X-treme Dungeon Mastery 2nd Edition. Now, some of you may have heard the legend of X-treme Dungeon Mastery. I know Professor Dungeon Master talks about it. It's this incredibly rare, hard-to-find book produced by Tracy Hickman about his ultimate secret for DMing. This book is, like I said, really hard to find. That's apparently because there were only 4,000 copies made of the 1st edition.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and they sold them at Gen Con, and they just sold out. Now they go for $900 a pop, which is a little too pricey for me. So I'm really excited to see a 2nd edition coming out. So if you go to the Kickstarter, there's a video telling you all about it by Tracy Hickman himself. Some of the new stuff in the book includes a chapter on running online games, a chapter on adapting modules for your own game, and a chapter on being funny. It also contains a lot of humor. I think the running joke is that there's a secret society of game mastering through the ages. So a lot of cartoons, a lot of stuff that you get in some of the really early TSR books.
Wait, you don't know about the secret society of GMing?
Wait, there's a secret
game masters?
No, of course I do. Anyway, so this is finally your chance to check it out without spending $1,000. So I'm looking forward to this one. So check it out.
I have something that may interest you. On Kickstarter right now is a box set and adventure collection called Mausritter by Isaac Williams. It calls itself a sword and whiskers role-playing game. And although it is not the first role-playing game where you play anthropomorphic creatures like games like Humblewood or Root the role-playing game, which we have covered. Yes. Yeah. Some which we have covered here on the channel before. But it is the first one of its type that has the spirit of OSR. And I love box sets. And this Kickstarter has 10 adventures, a rule book, item cards, maps, and more. If you always wanted to play a Secret of NIMH type of game in a fantasy setting, this won't disappoint you. Art is fantastic, and if you're still unsure, you can download the rule book as well for free.
I like the sound of that because I read Mouse Guard. I love the comic. I found the game a little too narrative and rules light for my taste. So the idea of an OSR, sword and whiskers game sounds fantastic. I'll have to check that out. So something completely different. There is Delta Green, the Conspiracy. So Delta Green, for those of you still blissfully ignorant, is a award-winning game of Call of Cthulhu espionage. And this is a 25th anniversary edition of the original game. Set in the 90s, but the game, this version has updated rules to bring it in line with the newest edition of the game and some wonderful art. This game is, if anything, darker than your average Call of Cthulhu game. It is, if you're familiar with The Laundry, it's like The Laundry without a sense of humor. It is pretty serious stuff. In fact, if you go to the Kickstarter page, there's a just wonderful and disturbing video that explains the game to you. You should really check it out. There's a lot of great stuff also on the Kickstarter page, including some links to some bundles on DriveThruRPG and a quick start for the rules, so you can check it out. So this is your chance to join the madness.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this book. I've been meaning to collect Delta Green. And when I saw this Kickstarter come up, and I was like, oh, okay, this is perfect, just at the right time.
This is just the time to get in.
Anyone who knows me knows that I'm not functional when I wake up until a cup of tea finds its way into my hands. Verdant Isles, Teatime Adventures RPG by Snowbright Studios, labels itself as a heartwarming new tabletop role-playing game. It is compatible with 5th edition D&D, but it has an interesting magic system, which intrigues me. This has great illustrations that reminds me of Winnie the Pooh.
Aww.
The adventures aren't violent, but full of mysteries. Also, tea is one of the rewards in this Kickstarter. And I think if you're looking for an RPG that offers something different from traditional combat, definitely check this out.
That sounds great. Just the thing to play after you've burnt out on Delta Green.
Yes.
When they lock you away in your padded cell, you can play a nice game of tea.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I love traditional combat. I love dungeon crawls and things like that.
Sure.
But every once in a while, I want to try something different, something a little bit out there. Like, what was that anime game we reviewed? Ryu.
Oh, Rutama.
Rutama.
Yes, the traveling nature game.
Yeah, I like that. Sometimes I just want to do something different, something maybe more heavier on role playing. So this, plus, again, I love tea. This sounds really cool.
Can't go wrong with a cuppa. So I couldn't let one of these videos go by without some dice. I love dice. My final recommendation is for a dice Christmas tree. This is really neat. It's a metallic Christmas tree made out of descending rings, so that it looks like a Christmas tree. And each ring is a die. The bottom one has 20 sides on it, and then the next one up has 12 sides, and then 2 10 sides, 8, 6, and at the very top, of course, you have the 4-sided. Like I said, it's metallic, about yay tall. It comes in a lot of jolly Christmas colors. And each of the rings spins separately. So it's actually a functional die.
That sounds really awesome.
And order now, get it by Christmas.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I hope you like our 6 suggestions. Please go and check them out. I'm going to put links in the description below. And if you see something out there that I think that should get some attention, let us know in the comments below. Take care, everyone. Be safe out there. Have a good day.